Hi, this is Heidi with Whips and Kits, here with a Flosstube episode for February. The last Flosstube I had was Whip Parade, and I'm here for an update on my whips. I have a bunch of haul, and I've got some finishes and a few fully finishes. Yeah, so I'm going to start with my finishes. I have a bunch of them. So I just was a starting machine. This, yeah, I just started and started and started. So I couldn't stop starting. This is my first finish. This is Christmas Swan by With Thy Needle and Thread. I have a new camera set up, so I hope it's going to be okay. So this is Christmas Swan. I did finish it with some beads. Not the beads that are called for. These are glass beads. I forget what they're called. They're from Mill Hill. There's some glass beads. They've got some real pretty shine to them. So I just love it. I stitched this on the 42 count, same one that I stitched Autumn Swan on, not Autumn Swan, Summer Swan. It's that Moda linen. I have like 2 yards of it. It's real, I love it so much. It's a good linen. It's real thick and wonderful. Okay, so that's Christmas Swan. And then I finished this. This is from Punch Needle Primitive Stitching. This is Friends Are the Flowers of Life, it says. And this was stitched with all of the original floss recipe and the Grandpa's Shop Rag. This is floss from, so this is a Lucy Beam chart, and it's her daughter's fabric company. I forget what the name of it is. It's Grandpa's Shop Rag. You guys will know what it is. And then I finished this little bird. This is another Brenda Gervais. This I started last year, but I wanted to finish it, so I did. This is Peppermint and Pine. This is the Cardinal from Peppermint and Pine, and this is using the called for floss. This was really, I don't like to stitch these snowflakes, but it looks so pretty on this fabric. This was done on, not the called for fabric, this is just a little piece of oak by Picture This Plus. It's 40 count oak. I love it. And then I finished this. This was in the box, the Kitten Stitcher Christmas Advent box. This is by, oh my gosh, I am terrible, you guys, with names. Plum Street Samplers, yeah. And I did not use the called for his coat. I used a silk floss, and then the deep red that on the bottom, and then I used a silk floss on the top. You can see how it makes it similar but different. I had to have a red coat Santa. I couldn't have just the tan coat. And then I sent the pattern to my friend Phoebe for her to stitch as well. And then I finished this. We started this in December, Phoebe and Contented Needleworker Kim and I. Phoebe is with Moonshine Stitchery. This is, I don't even remember what chart this is. It's, of course, Felicidades y Recuerdos, but I don't even know, like, if it's, I think it's the Scarlet House. It's either the Scarlet House or Needlework Press. I'm not sure. And the only color that I had was root beer float for these flowers. That's everything else I pulled from stash. There's mistakes galore, and it's fine. It looks great. So yeah, and then I fully finished this set here. Look at, oh, brother. So I'm putting it in this little dish. This is LaHaye's little shaker dish, and this one has, I love his dishes. He did a this is a Civil War newspaper pattern in it. So I've got that little, I love it when he does that paper, special paper. So I finished this one with the little, I stitched this around it. This is the little Be Mine pillow. Isn't it adorable? And then I have the velvet in the back. It's Paper Whites by Lady Dot Creates. And then this is Lady Dot as well. In, is it, oh, Sizzle, it's called. Sizzle is the color. That's bright red. I did 3 of them with the Sizzle, that and this. Aren't they cute? This was on 40 count. I did not use the fabric that was recommended. I used a fabric and flare fabric, which I don't care for. I'm not going to do it again. It's too thin and it's just not my favorite, but I think that it turned out really nice. I like it on the gray. This wasn't showing up as much as I wanted it to show up, the XOXO, so I did do 2 strands on this 40 count, which was a lot, but I think it really makes it pop and stand out. I love it. So these 3, I did the Sizzle chenille around, and then these 2, I did not, because they looked perfect just the way they were. The other 3, I'm just not a good finisher, you know, let's be honest. But they look fine. They look good. This one has a lot of mistakes. I just, like this, she's standing on the E. Instead, she's supposed to be floating. So I accidentally stitched her down lower, but it does, who cares? It looks great. I just love these. I love them. I had to start them in January for no reason. Well, because it was going to be Valentine's Day, but still, I mean, I didn't need to start anything new. I have plenty of things to stitch that I've already started, but I wanted to, by golly, so I did. Okay, and did I have anything else that I finished? I'll probably forget a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't filmed like normally in a long time, so I have so much to show. I did meet up with a new friend, Susan, she's from Spring Green, and we met at Lynn's of Madison and stitched together. It was so fun. She's just a font of knowledge. She's got more knowledge about stitching in her little tiny pinky nail than I do in my whole body combined. So I just loved meeting with her, and she gave me this for a present. Look, she stitched this. I just love this fabric that it's on. She gave me this little gift. Wasn't that nice? And then we went out to eat. She took me out to eat, which was so fun. So we stitched together, and we're starting something together. It's just so good to meet stitchy friends, you know? I love it. Okay, and then I have a bunch. Oh, I did finish something else too. I'm stitching Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, and I have it on 40 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit. I'm stitching it with the NPIs. Everything is called for. And I had this little finish. I think it was February 2nd. I was supposed to finish it in January. I'm trying to do one a month. Well, I haven't even started the third one, and it's the day before, you know, it's February 27th. So I'm not going to get it done, but that's okay. I will get it started. I'm going to do the second one now. So I have 2 of them done. This was a great accomplishment, this one here, because it's a full coverage square. And yeah, I loved stitching it. Working with NPI, I do now have it on my scroll rods, so it is going to have to go in my frame, which I'm excited about because then I can stitch two-handed. It's a lot faster. So the next one I'm going to do is the second square, like I said, the one with the house here. And I keep my excess floss that I'm not using in a little bag, and then every time I'm going to stitch, I take out the flosses that I need for that square. So these are the flosses for this next square. And I'm excited I get to use the silken colors for the snow. The blue and white silken colors. I love over-dyed floss, especially silk. It's awesome. It's wonderful. So I'm so excited to be stitching that. I'm going to put that on my frame tonight and start it tonight. And I started another new thing. I started so many new things. Very many new things. With Phoebe and with Moonshine Stitchery and Michael with Davis Quilting Stitching, we all started. Anne Grimshaw. Anne Grimshaw, 1818. I'll tell you what, Michael loves Carol. Anything Carol does, Michael wants to do. Carol's done Anne Grimshaw, he's doing it, by golly. He's a Carol stan. Carol, watch his videos. He'll die in a hole if you do. So this is where I've gotten on this. Just the first little emblem. He's gotten super far. He's just like ripping along on his. We're stitching this on Moonshine Stitchery fabric. 46 count. I think we're all using 46 count, and we're all using the same fabric. This is a beautiful, beautiful, softly dyed gray. It's very light gray, very subtle modeling. And I'm stitching mine with, we're all using different floss. Phoebe dyed her own cotton floss. Michael is using just DMC 310, and so Phoebe's is like over dyed herself. And then I'm using this Luminescence 103 antique dark gray silk. I bought about 75,000 of these. No, I bought 10, but I lost one, so I only have 9 now. I don't know where it could have gone, but it's in this pit of a room. I know that, but yeah. So this is a wonderful floss to use, and it just makes you think that you've been looking at the sun, and then you look at your pattern, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's not fully black, you know. It's got just a subtle modeling, but it's just so great to stitch on 46 count with a tiny little 103 floss that I can't even stand myself. It's so wonderful. Yeah, so this has just been a joy to stitch this with friends. Yeah. I didn't stitch this past week because I was too crabby. I'm a federal worker. I work at the VA. I'll say no more. Enough said. Okay. Enough said. Okay, so that's the first start that I had. I'm going to put this down here as well. I did stitch a little bit on this. I have not stitched with my friend Contented Needleworker Kim in quite some time. So this has not gotten much love because she finished hers, of course. This is Louisa Barney, 1892 by Refleta Soie. I'm using a conversion from Needle in a Haystack, 103 conversion. And I showed this in my whip parade. I don't think I've stitched on it since then. I'm moving through the words, which I love. There's a needle and some floss in there. 2 flosses. And here's the 103s. They're so beautiful. Okay. Somebody asked me for this conversion, but I think if you want the conversion, they have it from Needle in a Haystack. And if you buy the floss from them, they will do that conversion for you. So there you go. That's Louisa Barney. Worked on her. Another thing that I worked on was my church piece. Bertha Mae Brown. I just bring her along on, this is a really nice piece to go not just to church, but also to like, it's a nice piece to just bring anywhere because it's only got a few threads, like 4 colors of thread. This is a piece from Country Sampler. It's their Threads of History Club. By Chessie and Me. It's on 36 count old gold linen from Fiber on a Whim. It's just such a gorgeous linen. So gorgeous. And it's just 4 threads. And I love it. I love anything Chessie and Me. I worked on this baby, Christmas Tide at Holly House. This is a fantastic piece. I'm using a conversion. I converted this to overdyed floss. I've shown it before. Overdyed floss, silk and cotton. And this is the chart. Christmas Tide at Holly House. This is such a cutie. Look. Oh my gosh. Over 1. Look at you, little over 1 berries. Got the doorway done. Some reindeers, some snow lumps. I love this guy. I just love my projects, you guys. Will you marry me? He said yes. Hooray! Okay. Here's Christmas Tide at Holly House. Oh, here's one on a hoop. Sorry. Sorry, guys. You guys have seen this a zillion times. You're going to get so sick of it, but I work on this with Phoebe and Michael as well. We were all working on this, so we started working on it together. We're all at different parts. I'll take it off the hoop quick. Doesn't need to be on there. This is Big Ann. Big Ann Dale. Look at her. She's a goodie. Moving across the grass. I've got the border bones done. A few of the little flowers. Phoebe's going across the top. She does not have her border in. Michael has some of his border in, and he's going, yeah, he's going along the top too, but he's filling in the levels. He jumps all over the place. This is a really fun piece. I'm stitching it on 46 count marbled pointer by XG Designs, and I'm using the silks from Vicki Clayton for silk conversion, which I've come to terms with. I love Vicki Clayton silks. For just a little bit, I worked on this project. I had a floss sticking out, and this was a project from last year that I started at New Year's. One of my 12 by 12, it wasn't a 12 by 12, but it was like a 8 by 12 because I can't stop working on things when I start. I have a problem. This is the garden gate. Carriage house sampling. And I'm stitching this with MPI floss on Espresso by R&R, 40 count. So I got a little bit of that leaf and some bird legs done. That's it. But I always remember Narissa, stitch by stitch, we'll get these pieces done, one stitch at a time. She's my hero. When I say that to myself, it all makes sense in my head, you know? You're such a beauty. I won't forget about you again. Another new start. Weird. It's so weird, right? Anne Tong Oofendel. I'm going to stitch this with gem, stitching gem. I think Stitch Bead, Audrey from Stitch Bead. She laid out a plan for this, and I love a plan. So you do, she's divided it into 12 middle spots, and then there's 3 flowers. It's for 12 clumps of 3 flowers each. So there's other people stitching it. Stitch and Gem, I don't know who else. And Audrey and other people too. Not just me, but I just decided to join in. I'm a joiner. So I'm using DMC. I love the DMC for Hands Across the Sea. It's just wonderful. The conversion she does, it never looks weird. It always looks amazing. I'm always impressed. And I rushed home today. Today I went to Milwaukee with Leland, my little boy. He needs to have his wisdom teeth removed and some teeth brought down. He has no front teeth. He's 14. And his teeth have not moved down yet. So we need to get those exposures done, and they're going to drag his teeth down with his appliance that he has in his mouth. And I could not wait to get home to stitch this over one part right there, this little over one flower. I'm listening to a great book, and I could not wait to stitch this over one. I love it. So I'm starting on the side flowers here. This is just so beautiful, this pattern. So gorgeous. I'm stitching it on 36 count. I have been saving this piece of linen, and I'm so excited to be stitching on it. It's 36 count millstone by, oh man, I was on the list to be in her club, the Floss Club. It's by LFA Linens. And they sent out a fat half of Millstone 36 count, and I almost wet my pants when I got it. It is so pretty, this fabric. I love it. I love stitching on this 36 count. Usually 40 is my jam, 46 is my ideal, but this 36 is wonderful. It's really great. Really nice. So I'm super enjoying this stitch right now. I never want it to end. I never want to finish with it. Michael calls it Ms. Tong because he's funny. All right. And then I saw Phoebe working on her Hannah Campbell, so I had to get out my Hannah Campbell. And this one is just a joy and a half too. I'm stitching it on 40 Count Days Gone By Silk Weaver. I got it from Lynn's of Madison. Look at this piece of fabric, you guys. Honestly. Honest to Pete. And look at her. Delicious. Over one. I'm doing it with 103 threads, and I did the B and the C and all of this over one here and this over one right here. That's what I did this last, that was a day of over one stitching. And it's just joyous. I didn't do the Y at the end of this X because there's a mistake in the chart and I did not notice it before I finished it. So I would have had to rip this out in order to put the Y in, and it looks fine. I didn't want to cram the Y in there when I didn't have to. Looks wonderful. There's no Z, so no need to cram the Y in there. So I love it. This is such a beautiful pattern as well. I think, like Phoebe said, it's our favorite, one of our favorite samplers that we've ever stitched on. It's so unique and colorful and beautiful. And like I said, I'm using the 103s. Does this go in this one? Yeah, I think so. Beautiful flosses. Man, you did such a good job with this chart. It's gorgeous. You ought to be proud. Okay. This mama is a joy. This is on a hoop because I'm stitching with several threads. This is one of my unicorn charts, and I don't even think I have any more unicorn charts. I'm so happy to be stitching this. This is Lissy Slaboda by Hawkins House. Elizabeth sent this to me. I just posted on my, I saw that Lisa Kindred Stitcher got this chart from her friend Lori. So I just put out an APB. Anybody have this chart? Because I love this chart. It is ideal. And Elizabeth kindly sent me this chart. So I am just so grateful to her. So thank you, Elizabeth, for sending me that. I mean, I'm really grateful. I have her address, and I'm going to be sending her a treat. That's for sure. So this is what I've got so far for Lissy. Look at that top border. Look at that top cluster of flowers with the bird. I hope you can see. And then look at this heart. It has some initials in the middle of it. EL or something, I don't know. And that each border is different. So there's a different side border than this side border, and a different bottom border from this top border. That's what's so exciting. And then the motifs, there's an alphabet, a weird alphabet above, and an alphabet below, and just the greatest motifs ever in this. So I'm really happy to be stitching this. This is out of print, so I'm so grateful to be stitching it. And I'll stitch it quick so I can get it to someone else after me. I'm stitching this on 40 count linen. I think this is Phoebe dyed. When she came to my house, she dyed, or is this me dyed linen? I have a P on the ones that she dyed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. One of us dyed this linen. And nope, this is one that I dyed. It's just a pretty gray. Gray and tan, grayish tan linen, mottled linen. I love it. Lissy Slaboda has about 1,000 weeks dye works threads. Look at that. It's supposed to be done with 2 threads, over 2. My gosh. I would use $1 million worth of floss. So, no. Oh, 2 of my whips are upstairs. Dang it. Just a minute. Hey, Lee, will you bring my stitching bag down from upstairs, honey? Lee? Leland? Yeah? Will you bring my stitching bag down from upstairs, honey? Thank you. Okay. And then another Saturday, Phoebe and I stitched together. We started this last June when she came to my house. This is the stitching parlor, Mr. Collins' humble abode. I hope that is focusing. I'm sorry if it doesn't, you guys. Mr. Collins' humble abode is the stitching parlor, and I'm stitching this on ballet slipper, 40 count ballet slipper by Fox and Rabbit. I'm using some of my own thread picks, like Gilded Lavender I'm using instead. Thanks, Lee.
May I have a snack?
Yes, sir, you may have a snack. Okay. So over-dyed floss, some is mine, some is the called for. Some I liked more, and some I didn't have, like Eve's Leaves. I just used this instead of Eve's Leaves. So, but this is a really difficult border to do. So it's like got 2 different greens in the loopy border, and then all those little tiny flowers. It's the most beautiful border. But it is finicky. But I stitched this with Phoebe for a little bit. It's so pretty. It's so unique. I'll tell you, people are so clever. Chart makers, you are amazing. And another new start. Here's the start that I started with, I think, Shelly and Christy and Renee and Kim, the Contented Needleworker Kim. And for Renee, she's Prairie Stitcher 515 for her birthday. She wanted to start a pink sampler. So I was looking all over for a pink sampler, and I thought, oh, isn't this... I saw somebody stitch this, Rose Quaker. I think it was Joe Florence. And this is so beautiful, this pink Quaker. So I got, I picked out the DMCs. And then I wanted to stitch it on 46 count. So I got the Vicki Clayton silks. I love her silk pack for this. So pretty. There's some pinkish browns in here, but the rest are just pinks. It's really pretty. And I'm stitching it on 46 count. Navy bean, Lakeside navy bean. It's a pretty gray. I'm into the Quakers lately. On 46 count. So pretty. All right. Any excuse to start something, right? Okay. And then I stitched on my naughty. I'm almost done with this. Go eat a bag of candy for my friend Kaylee. The naughty. It's the naughty sampler. I really like stitching too on this, what's that called? Ida. I love it. So fun. So that's 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. So that I stitched on as well. And fingernail broke. This is one more piece that I'm stitching. I wanted to stitch the Love Notes hearts pillow with red hearts and one pink heart. So I started stitching that, the red hearts. It's just in my to-go bag. I just wanted one more with red hearts. So, all right. And then my friend Phoebe sent me, she was sick of stitching on this Strawberry Fields Forever with 2 threads over 2 strands. So I said, I'll finish it. Send it to me. So I am stitching the heck out of this. Strawberry Fields Forever. She didn't send me her floss. She just sent me the pattern. I have the floss. And I'm going to stitch it 2 over 2. And then I'm going to stitch it 1 over 2 on this 36 count Confederate gray. That's the called for. Because I want to see which one I like better. Because I'm stitching all the other ones. And I want to just see, do I want to stitch the other ones on a bigger count like this with 2 threads? I'm enjoying how that looks a lot. And I can give the other one to someone, you know. Or if I love it, maybe I'll keep it and give it to my child or something. I don't know. You know. But I'm really enjoying this stitch. It's gorgeous and wonderful. And I like, it's a slower stitch because you have to do the railroad, you know, the railroading and, you know, and so it takes a longer time, but yeah. And I have that all in my bag that was in the red box. I kept the bag. I begged Phoebe for the bag. And she said I could. She said I could have it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to haul. There's a couple of things that I bought off of eBay. I love old pin cushions. Look at this one. Isn't that adorable? This little vintage bird pin cushion. I think that's so cute. I love birds. So that's a little cutie. And then this bird pin cushion. This is an old painted pin cushion that I've got on eBay too. Isn't that fun? Look at those swans painted on there. I don't know how old this is, but it looks kind of cool. And then I got this. Remember seeing those pears? This is from an Etsy shop. Oh, and I forget her name. Oh, I'm going to look it up really quick. Look at this little bee on here that's embroidered. So cute. She does pears and she stitches them so eclectically. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous, the stitching on there? So when I saw this, oh, I just leapt at the opportunity to get this little Dickens. But I have to tell you who it is. Okay. Pardon me for wasting your time. But you'll want to know where I got it, I'm sure. Parish Farm Girl. That's who does it. Parish Farm Girl on Etsy. And I mean, you can tell the work that went into this with the old lace over here and the stitching here with the beads and the little bee. That's embroidery on there. And this beading here, so gorgeous. I mean, so much stitching and work went into this. I am in awe and enamored with that. I love embroidery right now. Oh, another finish that I had was my friend Phoebe. I gotta see favorites. I finished this for Phoebe. We stitch each other something every year. And I stitched this little, what is he? Nutcracker guy. This little pastel nutcracker guy. And I found that I love that embroidery. So I did buy 2 more embroidery kits from the Stitchery. And this is directly from Sean, the periwinkle stitcher. Her influence for these kits. This is one of them. The heart kit. And the linen that it comes on is so beautiful. So it comes with all the floss on the card that you need. And the directions. And this is called the White Garden. And it has the directions and it has the printed fabric. And this is an antique linen, they call it. I think it's antique white is the why they call it that. So I bought that kit. They're pretty expensive coming from England, so I didn't want to sign up for the whole year. It's just really expensive with shipping. So I just bought a couple of the kits. This is the Cottage Garden Bouquet. How pretty is that? And she showed all of these finished on her last floss tube. They were stunning, stunning. Stunningly beautiful. She's so inspirational. Inspiring. So it's all of these pinks and greens, flosses, and then again the printed fabric. And it's just a rough outline, you know. You have to put it in your hoop and just go to town, you know. But the samples, they all say, are stitched by beginners. So it's not like you need to be advanced to do the needlework. I did it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I mean, these are more advanced stitches, I think, on these. But that's okay. I'll just take my time, and if I need to rip out, I'll rip out. That's another thing Susan showed me, is this ripper. I have to get that for you next time and show it to you. It's like a little blade. And I actually am going to be able to rip out on my smaller counts with that blade. So amazing. I'll show it to you next time. So those are 2 things that I bought. And something that I was gifted was this Mirabilia from Phoebe. I love pink, and I've loved pink forever. Pink is my color. And this is Pretty in Pink by Nora Corbett. So I think I have 2 other Mirabilias kitted up, but I love this pink one so much. There's no silk in here, but I think I want to get some silk to use on this as well. And then another one that I bought was this Mary Mary by Nora Corbett. She's so adorable. That's a cutie. So that's a keeper. Other things that I bought, this is from Hobby House Needlework. This is 46 count coffee stain linen by Cedar River Linen. I bought a fat half of this coffee stain. This is a new linen from her. I don't need more linen, but I need more linen. You know, I do. This is just a gorgeous fabric. This I bought at Lynn's of Madison. This is 46 count Lakeside Sand Dune, vintage sand dune. And I am going to be stitching Jessie on this, I think. Is that what I'm stitching on it? Let me look. I cut it out already. Where is she? Yeah, that's it. I have it all set. I just have to do some floss dropping, which I love to do. Jessie Challenor. I got this from the attic. And I'm going to be stitching it on this 46 count Lakeside with DMC. There's no, oh, sorry camera. There's no over 1, so it's perfect for DMC on this 46 count. It'll be beautiful. And I'm doing the muted colorway, so I'm excited about that. And this is just a beautiful piece of, I love this color of Lakeside. It's a yellowy gold vintage sand dune. Another fabric that I bought is this orange fabric from Kitten Stitcher. I love this vintagey looking fabric, and orange is my jam. Orange and pink. This will be so pretty with a solid pink. I want to use that for some quilting. Somebody else had mentioned quilting with this. I think it was Red Velvet Quilts. She mentioned it as well, so I forgot to take my sticker out. She always sends a sticker with her orders. God bless her little gizzard. And then I got alerted that about some vintage exemplar, 32 count. I want some because I want to stitch over 1 on 32 count. And this is such beautiful linen to stitch over 1 on. This is vintage exemplar from Lakeside. This is from 123. I signed up for alerts to tell me when Lakeside is in. And they did, and I actually got a piece this time. Usually it's like out in seconds. But the 32 count wasn't out yet. And this is the perfect linen to stitch over 1 on. 32 count. So, yeah, so that's a fat half of that. And then I got a full yard of, this is Lakeside Purled Barley. This is 40 count Purled Barley. I have that too. That's a fat half of that. And then, this is sublime linen. This is up in the attic, 40 count. I bought a whole yard of that from when they have a whole yard of linen, a fox and rabbit linen at Fat Quarter, I jump on that so fast. It is such a great deal. The screaming good deal. So I am on that like nobody's business. Another thing that I got in the mail, I'm so excited to start this. I just got the second one in the mail recently. But the first one I just got in the mail is this little kit from Annie B's. This is Annie B's folk art through Crazy Annie Stitchin'. It's her club for her Nutcracker club for this year. So it's going to be so cute. I have my piece cut out and I'm like, oh, should I cut it out yet? Do I just stitch in hand? Yes, they said you do. So I'm going to start stitching this as soon as I get done with my, I have got to do my assignment stitching. So my 1 month of my Christmas one, and then I have to finish my stitch for before March 15th for the Anne Tong Ufendel, and then I can do this. Then I can start this because I want to keep up with this as well. I don't want to get behind. But I heard they have another new floss tube out just recently. Gosh, their floss tubes are so funny. They laugh so much. Annie B's, when she does hers with her girls. I just love their floss tube. It's so cute. Other things I bought. This is also inspired by Red Velvet Quilt. She had shown her first ever floss tube that she had done this little pillow, beaded pin pillow. And this little pansy petals was so cute. I love those little pillows. So I bought that kit. It's really pretty. I love pansies. And then I saw this thing on somebody's, I don't know where I saw it, but this little frame holder. So it holds your fabric in there so you can stitch without, it's really hand cramping to hold onto those little tiny things for Mill Hill, you know? So this is nice to be able to hold your fabric in something more substantial. It's a magnetic fabric holder. So I bought this on Etsy. So yeah, so I can start this sometime before I die. And I bought another one of the pansies too. I love pansies. Anything else I bought? Yes, I did buy other things. Where is it? This screaming good deal. Where did it go? Oh, I bought this Victorian Posy. That's another Mill Hill beaded kit. And then this. Oh, what a deal and a half. Is this? This was half price on Kitten Stitcher. You must get this. It was all the flosses and then the chart. And Heidi showed it on her channel, Stitching Faye. It's this Margaret Doyle. She had finished this. And I thought, well, there can't be that many flosses. Yeah, there's a lot of flosses. So all of this was like $65 for the chart and all of this. Seriously. I think she still has them on there. I would do that. Immediately. Oh, and then I kitted this up too. I know I'm going fast. I have so much. For a girl who wasn't supposed to buy anything in January and December, this girl bought a lot of things in January and December. This is Rachel Howell's 1856. I have this all on my chart made, printed out, my working copy. And I'm going to stitch it on up in the attic, 40 count up in the attic. And I am using some NPIs that are called for and other overdyed silks that I just stole from Stash, that I just stashed, you know, I already had them. So these are the NPIs. I'm using 4 of the NPIs, and the rest, like Gloriana, I'm using Antique Black instead of 310 or Noir. And then this is the red that I'm using. This is Poinsettia. Tanager Green. Somebody asked me the other day, why do you go through your floss? Because I like to. I like to. Elegant Eggplant. I love variegated floss. Have I said it? Oh, and Slate Green is my favorite green. I'm using that for one of the greens. And this little pink for one of the pinks. So pretty. So I'm really excited to start this, Rachel Howells. I saw this at my friend, why can't I think of my friends' names? In Milwaukee. What's my friend's name? There's a bunch of them. She had it complete at her house. Anyway, Lisa. Sorry. Lisa, when we went to Lisa's house, she had this complete, and it was so beautiful. I had to start it, so I'm gonna. Okay, just a little bit more haul, and then I'll be done. I'm sorry to haul it all. I did, again, get the red box, and I split it with my friend Phoebe. We do that a lot, split chart. We split the Kitten Stitcher box as well, and then we just pick one for one. And every chart she picked, I was like, oh, I should have picked that one. But I love every chart that I have too. So this was the best box. I don't care. And I know people say, you know, if you buy it, you have to think it's the best. It is so good. Every chart I love. This is the only one that I was like, you know, because it's just a red chart. It's just like a tiny red chart. It's like, meh, you know, I can take it or leave it. So that's one. This one, Jessie Ormston. Look at that. It's so pretty. I love a good parrot. And the border is so pretty with this. And every single girl is beautiful. Look at this Elizabeth Langley. Look how cute she is. Isn't she pretty? Mary Crompton. Adorable. Look at her little face. This is a big chart. I love the trees. I love the pink. I love the flowers. And those pink angels. It's beautiful. That grass, I'm going to have to pick out overdyed silk for that grass, but this is beautiful. Jessie Stewart. I love the big tulips. And you know, alphabets are my jam. Look at how cute she is. I think I picked them for their cute faces. Oh, this is stunning. Harriet Baker. So pretty. And then this is my absolute favorite, the wig with the birds. She's got a big old crown on and her dress is amazing. Catherine Wallace. These are amazing. Yeah, I love it. And then I'm just going to go through my charts that I bought quick. These were on sale. I think I got a lot of these. When I see a sale chart and I want it, I buy it. This was on sale at Kitten Stitcher. And then as long as that was going, I bought this too, Salem Mini Moon. It's the sweetest little pillow ever. And then this was on sale, George Decorates for Martha. Great chart. And oh, I love the floss on these Anjou pairs. They're out of the floss, of course, because everyone's stitching these. This is Annie B's folk art. I've got all the pairs except one now. John and Abigail. This was on sale. And then I bought the Birds of the Feather charts. I'm not sure if I showed you these yet, but I've bought a lot of them. So I bought Black Santa, and the angels. These charts are gold because she did these charts. They're so amazingly visible now. You can actually read these charts. Sherry did a great job, Colorado Cross Stitcher, in remaking these charts. I've got the charts, original charts, and these are far and away much better charted. I got this Exemplaire Petites from With Thy Needle and Thread, and Flora McSamples stockings. Annie B's the pumpkin patch. That's so cute. Christmas in My Heart. This is one that I saw Barb finish in Milwaukee. Lost and Floss. She had finished this, and it is gorgeous. Or she was finishing it. Christmas etchings. That was on sale. Oh, these were like 20% off from Olivia, her website. Look at this. Frederick and Frederica. I've wanted these forever since I've seen Carol stitch Frederick. And then floral etchings too I bought. This was on sale for like $20 at Fat Quarter Shop. I want all of those. Little pear tree pin keep. Adorable. Oh, I'm going to start this. Toot Sweet. I love this house. Finally Fall by Annie B's. I have it already kitted up. Flag Flock and Sheep Keep. Bought that. And You're a Grand Old Flag, Sampler House 3. These were all on sale for like $5. And they still are on sale, a lot of them. The book, The Needle and the Pen. I love this pillow. And then I also bought Ragamuffin 3, the sampler that this is based off of. I bought that too. The PDF of that. Sarah's Work by Shakespeare's Peddler. That's a drum. And that's just a smaller one of this Sarah McGregor sampler, The Lord's Prayer. That's a beautiful Lord's Prayer sampler. This was $5. And this too, Dolly Fowles 4 Lions sampler, $5. That's a gorgeous sampler. Shakespeare's Peddler's got to be one of my absolute favorite sampler chart people. Mary Alcorn, the Pin Mattress. I got this at Kit and Stitcher. And then this kit came, the whole kit. I already have it I already made copies and have it ready to start stitching. It's so pretty. I bought the kit. And then I bought this kit and then I waited for this too. This is probably stuff that I've showed you already. Oh, and then I bought the Eliza Hills 1856 sampler from the attic. I think when I bought Jessie Challenor, maybe? I'm not sure. And then these charts from Hobby House Press. Feather Tree Christmas and Merry Christmas. I have to start one of these. I haven't started any of those yet. And then I bought Christmas trees too. That's from Sherry's shop. Mother's Garden, that was on sale at 123 Stitch. I bought all of these 12 Days of Christmas, 1 through 12. Love these. They had these in the book form from 123 Stitch. I love the cardboard piece of that. Oh, and then this was on sale, this Betsy Davis. This is a great, and it's in the new book form too. So it's not the huge chart anymore. It's in the nice book form. And then I got this Heartstring Samplery, His Eyes on the Sparrow, because I want to stitch some of the sparrow on the other side of the Consider the Lilies sampler. I want to do that. I want to figure it out. And then I got Violet's Blue and All Joys for Thine. These were on sale too. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I've probably forgotten to show 7 things. Oh, no, I got these Lizzie Kate ones too. These were all on sale at Christmas time as well. I want to do this little chart. The little snippets. I love little Santa snippets. Aren't they cute? And then this whole jingles is like a big old, there's like 12 pieces or something. So you buy all of the little pieces and make a little jingle. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Thanks you guys for watching my floss tube. I'll see you later. Bye.